Your phone has stolen your life, and you didn't even notice it happening. Every day, the average person checks their phone between 50 and 140 times and spends nearly 5 hours staring at it. We've given these devices more access to our attention than anything else in human history. I genuinely pick up my phone every 2 minutes. The phones and apps we're using literally every day have completely altered our brain chemistry. So how much have they really changed our society? How deeply have they rewired our brains? And more importantly, how badly are they up our lives? I'm Ollie Milton, and welcome to Screensavers. That little buzz, that little light, the little red dot. Before you even realise it, you're reaching for your phone. We check our phones while talking to friends, while watching films, while driving, even while having sex. Yet, almost 1 in 5 women admit to checking their phones during sex. It genuinely took me ages to recognise that I even had these terrible habits. But the reality is, it's not just poor discipline or simple laziness that's causing this. We're playing against a stacked deck. Our brains have changed in the process. Let me walk you through it. Imagine you're a caveman who just walked into a Las Vegas casino. Your brain has a reward system that evolved over millions of years. When you found food or avoided danger, it released dopamine to make you feel good and repeat those survival behaviours. But now, you're surrounded by slot machines that ring a bell every time you pull the lever. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Your brain releases dopamine not just when you win, but every time you hear the bell, because it means a reward might be coming. Your phone works in exactly the same way. That notification sound is the bell. When it goes off, your brain releases dopamine before you even check what it is. And just like the slot machine, sometimes you get something good, a funny video, a message from a friend, and sometimes you don't. This unpredictability keeps you checking because you never know when the next reward will come. Your caveman brain, designed for a world with maybe a few dopamine hits per day, is now being hit hundreds of times by a device specifically engineered to keep you engaged. But who's actually behind all of this? And how did we get here?
When you think about how some of these companies work, it starts to make sense. There are all these services on the internet that we think of as free, but they're not free. They're paid for by advertisers.
This is from a show called The Social Dilemma, and the point it's making is that we have become the product, not the social media apps we use. And that's true. But I think we like to think of these corporations as these evil masterminds that have hacked our brains. And while I definitely don't trust the Zucks of the world, I'm not sure how premeditated it is. I work in product as my day job, so I've seen how these decisions get made. Social media companies are enormous, with thousands of employees, each person having their own goals to move the key metrics for the company. And one of those fundamental metrics for social media companies will be time spent on the platform. The attention that these platforms draw is being misused through data scandals and much more, but the other reality is there's no end to their desire and need for that attention. It's the backbone of engagement strategy, the infinite scroll, autoplay features, strategically timed push notifications, and many more techniques that all use the science and psychology around habit formation to keep you coming back daily. So what's this actually robbing from you? How much better could your life be? And most importantly, what can you do to get it all back? According to some research, our attention spans have gotten so bad that many people worry they're now shorter than a goldfish's, about 8 seconds. While that particular claim has been debunked, half of people surveyed believed it to be true. And half of people also believe that their attention span is shorter than it was previously. Oh, for f***'s sake. Well, to be fair, I'm literally watching a YouTube video as I edit this, so I can focus. And I'm not the only iPad kid. 31% of teens report losing focus in class because they were checking their phones. When something bores us on social media, we can just scroll to the next thing, but that option doesn't exist in real life, so we grab our phones. The mental health impact's serious too. Studies have found clear links between heavy smartphone use and increased rates of depression, anxiety, and loneliness. I personally find myself walking between rooms just to check where my phone is, picking it up without even realising it. It's always in my hand, like some weird extension of my body, and that impacts our relationships. 72% of couples reported technoference in their interactions, and phones even being visible reduces our sense of connection and empathy. Our productivity suffers. It's ridiculous, and yet it all happens so gradually that we barely noticed. We didn't choose this. It chose us through carefully engineered systems designed to capture our attention bit by bit. But fortunately, it's not too late to fix it. So subscribe to the channel to come along on the journey of saving ourselves from our screens without losing all the benefits that technology gives us.